What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today we have some very exciting news here in Winnipeg as Adam Lowry has re-upped on a 5-year extension to stay with the Winnipeg Jets. He signs for the next 5 seasons, $5 million per year, totaling $25 million total. This was announced at the Jets Gala dinner, which I think is super sick. That's very cool. And, the captain is back here in Winnipeg. There's a lot of things to say about Adam Lowry. Obviously the guy is a monster. He's a freak defensively. That's definitely his calling card. Big, tough, just for the crest type guy. He's awesome. And, fans here in Winnipeg understand the type of player Adam Lowry is. I see a lot of people that maybe don't cover the Jets as much look at this signing and say, I'm not sure about that. And I can see why. Typically, signing a centerman long-term who is defensively focused, like an Adam Lowry, who's, already in his early 30s, is not the smartest decision cap-wise. But, going down the stretch here, with the cap going up so much, I really don't think it's really much of a worry. Adam Lowry is a guy that I think is overlooked a lot in a lot of areas, outside the market. He has had a ton of big moments here in his career with Winnipeg, especially in the playoffs. If I think back to the past few playoff appearances, haven't been the longest stretches whatsoever, but, big moments, Adam Lowry showing up, right? The tying goal against Vegas in Game 3, I believe, in 2023 there to send the game to overtime. Adam Lowry scoring the overtime winner in double overtime to send the Jets to the second round when Game 7 against the Blues. Like, the guy just comes up big. I feel like the guy's always potting goals in the playoffs, always, big on the moment, and, clutch doesn't grow on trees. Adam Lowry is certainly that gritty guy, and just, the encapsulation of Winnipeg Jets hockey. I think this was a slam dunk signing, and, I see a lot of people complaining about the 5-year term. Don't worry about the 5-year term. Look at this roster and the age it's already at. It's kind of go time for Winnipeg. Signing your players for long-term right now really isn't a big worry. Mark Scheifele, Connor Hellebuck, Nito Niederreiter, pretty much the entire roster is, inching towards their mid-30s. It's go time. You got to win now. In the future, who cares? There's going to be a day where this team is bad. There's going to be a day where Mark Scheifele regresses. There's going to be a day where Connor Hellebuck may regress. Jonathan Toews is what he is right now. Obviously, he's not going to be here for the next 5 seasons. But, you kind of see what I'm getting at here. There's a lot of players signed for long-term deals that are already in their 30s here for Winnipeg. Kyle Connor just signed an extension. He's going to be here for the long haul. But, what I'm trying to say here is, in 4 to 5 seasons, the Jets are going to be transitioning their core for better or worse, depending, if that goes well or not. Mark Scheifele one day will not be the Jets' #1 centerman. We haven't lived in a world where that's been true for a long, long time. And, we'll have to see how that goes, how the transition goes. But for right now, that is definitely not the Jets organization's #1, priority right now, 5 years down the line. They're definitely, worried about the now for this team, as they should be. Adam Lowry is 32 years old currently as I make this video. He's going to be 33 in late March 29th this season. So he is getting up there in age, but he has been very good for the Jets, especially the last few years in an elevated role, getting some big minutes. Is coming off a hip surgery, but he is back playing his first 7 games of the season. He does have a goal, 2 assists. He's starting to find his feet again. Very mobile for the big man, 6'5", 210. The guy can move. And, we're starting to see him get back to his regular Adam Lowry self that we saw last year. And let's not forget that there was, some talk at one point about Adam Lowry possibly being an option for the Four Nations team, I should say. I obviously don't think that's going to happen for the Olympics, but there was some talk at one point about Adam Lowry being considered for the Four Nations for Team Canada. That's it's a pretty big deal, but Adam Lowry obviously respected around the league, and this is a great signing for Winnipeg. Lowry is finishing up his previous 5-year deal, right? So this season he's making $3.25 million. Next season he'll get a 1.75 increase, for the next 5 seasons. This deal will finish up when he's 38. I just can't really complain about this whatsoever. I think this is a great contract for both sides. This contract's going to take Adam Lowry to retirement, 38 years old. Jet for life contract, one of many. Lots of players now signing long-term deals here in Winnipeg. This is nothing new, Winnipeg is able to retain players. It's another bad day for the no one wants to sign in Winnipeg narrative. Adam Lowry, the captain, signing back up for 5 more seasons after this. But now the Jets got a ride, right? Because, that core is old as it stands. We've seen them struggle this year already. It's clear they need a boost. Getting Adam Lowry a speedy winger that can finish would be fairly perfect, I would think, because we take a look at Jonathan Toews. As much as I have enjoyed watching him this year, as much as I've been surprised at his level of play, it is clear that he is not a top 6 player anymore. You can argue with me on that. He does a lot of things good, but on that second line, I just don't know if we're ever going to see a second line center out of Jonathan Toews. I know it's, the first quarter of the year and everything, but we're getting to the point now where, the Jets are going to have to start to make decisions. Obviously not right now, but come the new year, if Jonathan Toews is still kind of where he is right now, playing as, a decent third liner that can win faceoffs, that's fine. But maybe Adam Lowry is going to have to step up and be the number 2 centerman like he was a year ago. But if you go that route, you have to surround him with offensive players. As great as it is to have Adam Lowry as your, awesome defensive centerman, he can do more. We saw it last year when, Kyle Connor played on his line with Alex Iafallo in the playoffs at times, trying to get the Jets going. Lowry looked awesome. And, we saw Adam Lowry take over last year at that second line position. He was very good. Listed on the third line, obviously, but was playing second line minutes. I do wonder if Adam Lowry retakes that role this year. I don't see the Jets trading for a center this year. I don't see them, unloading the cupboards for Nazem Kadri. I just don't see it happening this year. At the center position anyway. Maybe we look at a winger, but I don't think that Nazem Kadri's coming here. There is no other centerman that I can really see coming in and making that much of a difference. So it would not shock me if by the end of this season, heading into the playoffs, Adam Lowry is the number 2 centerman. But it is go time here in Winnipeg. Time to win is now, and Adam Lowry re-upped for the next 5 years at $25 million total on this contract. The best dressed Jet back in the peg for the next 5 years. How are we feeling, everybody? I want to hear about it below. Leave me a comment. Tell me if this Adam Lowry signing was good, if this Adam Lowry signing was bad, or if you just think that, it's fine. But want to hear about everything down below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. For the people that care, I'm going to be trying to bring game recaps back in the next week or 2, so, get ready for that. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.